Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point aboard this tiny ship.
Hello everyone, this is Vortex259. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy II. Today we're going to be castaways on a deserted tropical island in the middle of the ocean. That's right, Firion and his crew are going to pull out the beach towels, crank up the radio, and work on their suntans in today's episode. Nope, unfortunately we can't do that. We're here for business, not pleasure. What we're actually here for is to explore the tropical island cave, also known as the Black Mask Cave. The Black Mask is said to reside deep within this particular dungeon, so let's go inside and start exploring. Now, there are two separate parts to this particular cave, so it'll probably take us a couple of videos to cover this particular dungeon in its entirety. There are two separate paths we can take. But anyway, just like most other new dungeons, we'll run into a few new monsters and pick up plenty of treasure. So let's get started. A few treasure chests available on this first floor. The first one is in the southeastern corner of this room. That was a battle with 3 stunners, and inside this chest we will find eye drops. Okay, let's backtrack a bit. We get to run into a couple of new enemies here. We get to run into the yellow jelly and the red moose. And that isn't moose as in the big brown furry critter like Bullwinkle. That's moose as in pudding. So kind of brings a new meaning to moose season here in Final Fantasy II. I just love the designs that Square Enix came up with for these Flan type monsters. You don't think they used any particular model from a certain well-known movie as an influence for the design, do you? Nah, couldn't be, just like they didn't use the storyline from that same particular movie as an influence for Final Fantasy II's story, right? Well, anyway, let's continue onward here and fight these monsters. Now, the red moose is actually weak against the thunder spell. The yellow jelly is weak against both the fire and ice spell. Weapons are probably going to be pretty useless unless you score a critical hit, so I'm going to have Firion use Mini. We'll just continue to level that up. In fact, I think it'll level up to 3 after this battle. Let's have Maria use Blizzard. We'll have Guy work on his haste spell, and we'll have Layla use the thunder spell. You're going to be fighting lots of these in this dungeon. Yep, Layla does it with her 1 thunder spell. Takes out 5 of those, and Maria takes out the last yellow jelly with her blizzard spell. 459 gil, and we get a couple of new entries in the bestiary. 40% complete on the bestiary now, making some good progress there. There's the yellow jelly at number 77. Rank 2 with only 45 HP, so nothing to really worry about. Weakness is ice and fire. And the red moose is a rank 3 monster with 100 HP. Weakness is lightning. Alright, let's go up through here to pick up a couple more chests. There's one right there. Inside here we'll pick up a high potion. And the other chest should be just up ahead. There it is. And Firion's mini spell goes up to level 3 after fighting that battle. And we'll pick up another high potion in that treasure chest. Alright, let's pick up the pace a little bit and now go down to the southwestern corner of this room. Okay, let's navigate around here to find our next chest. There it is in the corner. And we'll pick up an ether inside this treasure chest. And there's the last one. You can see it tucked away in the southwestern corner, but we'll have to go up and around to pick it up. So let's zoom that way. Okay, here we are. And let's open this to find a spider silk inside. Okay, that looks like all the treasure we can pick up on this first floor, so let's make our way to the staircase now. If you get tired of using the thunder spell against the red moose, all you have to do is equip a mage's staff and use it as an item. Keep in mind that you can cast the thunder spell that way too. Might as well use the B button dash here. You know, fighting all these yellow jellies reminds me of an old commercial that came on several years ago. I think it was a product called All Fruit. It was kind of a jam, and had these rich people sitting around a table, and the I guess kind of the stuck-up rich people would say, "Would you please pass the All Fruit?" And then there was this country hit guy like me that would say, "Would you please pass the jelly?" And the rich people fainted when he said that. Great commercial if you've never seen that before. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. I don't know why I remembered that, but anyway, that's what happens when you fight mindless battles all the time, I guess. Okay, here we are on the second floor of the tropical island, so let's make our way around. I'm getting a good chance to practice all my spells fighting all these jellies, so it should be a matter of time before Minnie, Toad, Aura, and the like start leveling up. Let's go ahead and pick up this chest. While we're at it, we'll find a sleep grass inside. It's an item that will put your enemies to sleep. Okay, continuing onward here. Down the first path, there's another chest nestled in this corner. Inside here we'll find a spider silk. I got Maria's Toad spell to level 3 after that battle. Working on a lot of my spells now, Holy, Aura, Berserk, and so forth. Okay, let's go inside the staircase, and we'll find ourselves on the first floor of the tropical island, and this is going to be a dead end, but there's some interesting people wandering around on this particular part of the island. Looks like the inhabitants are all wearing masks, so let's just talk to a few of them. Ooh, what have we here? Where are you coming from? Pretty much all say the same thing for the most part. Oh, that one said something different. Ooh, looky, your weird face. Why you no wearing mask? Well, we don't have one to wear. Do you know where we can find a black mask? Well, there's one of these inhabitants will actually be an item shop. Maybe they're the different colored ones like this one. Here we go. Okay, well, if you want to, you can stock up on potions, antidotes, high potions, and ethers. Might as well indulge in some ethers. Let me see. I guess I'll go ahead and purchase 24 of them just for fun. Okay, why not? That'll take my total up to 65. And if you talk to this particular guy in the mask, you can purchase some new equipment. Unfortunately, it's not very good. The Demon Axe, the Demon Spear, and the Ruby Cuirass kind of come a little too late at this point in the game. They'll all take your defense and attack downward, so really not worth a buy yet. If you come here earlier, though, you can purchase those items, and they would probably help you out. But anyway, you can also purchase an item called a Gaia Drum. A drum that resonates with the earth, summoning an earthquake. So that'll cast an earthquake, I guess, on your enemies. We'll probably find a couple of those in a treasure chest or as a drop from monsters, so I'm not going to waste the gil on those. But really, that's about all there is to see on this section of the Tropical Island Cave. So you come all this way to find a couple of item shops and some weird people walking around with masks. That's about it. So let's do some backtracking now. Let's go back the way we came. Yep, all that for nothing really, except for the ethers. Too bad there's no end there. Ah, here we go. Here's another new enemy, a poison toad. Just like most amphibians in the game, they are weak against the blizzard spell. I'm probably going to take them out with Maria's knives to start with. Yep. Nothing to that one. 150 gil is all I get, and we get a new entry in the bestiary. Poison Toad is number 50 in the bestiary list. We'll drop an antidote, potion, death idol, and a maiden's kiss. Weakness is ice. Okay, let's backtrack the way we came. Alright, I got Firian's mini spell up to level 4 after that battle, so it should become more effective now. Okay, we are back on the second floor of the tropical island, so now we can go pick up some more treasure chests on this floor. Probably only going to have the time to pick up one more chest, so let's go this way to pick it up. Should be right up ahead. There it is, right there. We'll just go ahead and pick this one up and stop here for today. We'll find a Scourge Tome inside this chest. That could be useful to use as an item a little bit later. Alright, well, let's go ahead and stop here for today and pick up from here next time. Hopefully we'll be able to find the Black Mask in our next episode. Thank you very much for watching today. This has been Vortex 259. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again next time.